Good afternoon, and welcome to Brock University's 117th Convocation ceremonies. We are so glad that you're with us today. Just a friendly reminder to please turn off the volume of your phone for the duration of the event. I ask that you kindly remain seated as the graduands enter the gymnasium. Thank you, Strongwater Singers, for being with us today. The Eagle staff will enter at this time. Please rise if you are able.
Hey!
The academic and Chancellor's processions will enter the gymnasium at the sounding of the fanfare.
Seated. My name is Geraldine Jones. It's my privilege as University Registrar to declare the 117th Convocation for the conferring of degrees and certificates in session. Chancellor Pearson, President Rigg, platform guests, graduating students, parents, and friends. Welcome to Brock University's Spring Convocation, a time of celebration for our students, families, and friends. On behalf of the Brock community, we begin this gathering by acknowledging the land on which we gather is the traditional territory of the Haudenosaunee and Anishinaabe people, many of whom continue to live and work here today. This territory is covered by the Upper Canada Treaties and is within the land protected by the Dish with One Spoon Wampum Agreement. Today, this gathering place is home to many First Nations, Métis, and Inuit, and acknowledging reminds us that our great standard of living is directly related to the resources and friendship of Indigenous people. Today is a time of celebration for our students, a day to formally recognize all that they have accomplished at Brock. I know that everyone here is excited for the day's festivities and will join us in keeping our focus on our exceptional students who are eager to celebrate this important day with their family and friends. It is my pleasure this afternoon to introduce from the Chancellor's procession, Dr. Honorary Pearson, Chancellor of Brock University. Dr. Leslie Rigg, President and Vice Chancellor of Brock University. Mr. Ted Nolan, today's honorary doctorate recipient and our guest to deliver the convocation address. Dr. Noda Klentru, Mace Bearer, Chair of Brock University Senate, and a 2025 Distinguished Professor. Dr. Robin Bourgeois, Eagle Staff Carrier and Vice Provost, Indigenous Engagement. Dr. Arya Vanya Mattia, Provost and Vice President, Academic. Inuit Elder Cindy Anauta and Endea Ohahatede, Brock's and Barrister. Dr. Michelle McGinn, Vice President, Research. Ms. Megan Rusnell, Vice President, External. Dr. Brian Power, Deputy Provost and Associate Vice President, Academic. Mr. Scott Johnston, Vice President, Administration and Services. Ms. Nicole Nolan, University Librarian. Dr. Deb O'Leary, Associate Vice President, Research. Dr. Peter Titus, Dean, Faculty of Applied Health Sciences. Mr. David Begg, Associate Vice President, International. Dr. Suzanne Curtin, Vice Provost and Dean, Faculty of Graduate Studies and Postdoctoral Affairs. And Mr. Ben Johnson, Brock University Alumni Association. Joining them on stage are university senators, faculty, staff, and student representatives from across the university. I would ask them to please stand together and be recognized with their colleagues. Please be seated. I now invite Chancellor Pearson to deliver words of welcome.
Good afternoon. President Rigg, honored guests, families, friends, and most importantly, Brock University graduates, welcome to Convocation. It's a privilege for me to share with you this really important milestone in your academic and personal journeys. Convocation is a celebration of your accomplishments and of the community that has helped you get here. It's also a celebration of the transformative power of education. Your education has opened your mind, and I hope that it has equipped you with an appetite for future learning as you go out to experience the world. More than 60 years ago, before this university was founded, actually, my grandfather, Lester B. Pearson, also spoke to a graduating class at what would become Concordia University in Montreal. And I want to quote from his words to the graduates at that time, because I think they're very appropriate to today. Education is, above all, and ever has been, the process of learning how to think honestly and straight, to distinguish between the true and the false, to appreciate quality and beauty wherever it may be found, and to be able to participate and to desire to participate with intelligence and tolerance in that most important of all forms of free enterprise, the exchange of ideas on every subject under the sun, with a minimum of every restriction, personal, social, or political. In a word, education means, and he said, I think it is the best definition of it that I have ever discovered, the creation of finer human hungers. And I hope that you too have gained a fine hunger for knowledge at Brock. You know that Brock is more than just a place to learn. It's a community that fosters curiosity, creativity, and courage, values that are at the heart of our mission and your success. I imagine that curiosity brought you here. It led you to ask questions, to challenge assumptions, to wonder what might be possible if you pushed just a little further. And that same curiosity will carry you forward into the workforce, maybe into setting up your own business, perhaps into graduate studies, or to take paths that you haven't yet imagined. Creativity helped you thrive here. It's what turned deadlines into discoveries and turned group projects into opportunities for innovation. Creativity is the ability to see not just what is, but what could be. Canada certainly needs your creative thinking more than ever. And courage, persistent strength, is what allowed you to keep going through difficult times. It takes courage to start something new, to admit when you don't know the answer, to change your mind, and sometimes to stand firm when everything tells you otherwise. At Brock, you have been encouraged to speak up, to explore, to expand your worldview, and to do so with integrity. And that takes courage. These three values, curiosity, creativity, and courage, are not just words in a strategic plan. They're at the heart of everything that we do here at Brock. Like the work of master's student Serenity Amagoshi, supporting African immigrant mothers navigating a complex healthcare system, or Professor Newman C's recent discovery which could cure age-related lung disease, or the innovative collaboration between the Center for Healthy Young Development through Sport and the YMCA of Niagara, which will advance physical literacy in local youth. None of these achievements are possible without curiosity, creativity, and courage. So as you leave Brock's campus, I hope you carry these values with you. Remain curious, be creative, and apply your courage to achieve success in whatever life throws at you. Congratulations, graduates. We are very proud of you, and we are more hopeful about our world and our country because of you. Thank you.
It's my pleasure to call upon Dr. Leslie Rigg, Vice Chancellor and President of Brock University, to deliver her opening remarks.
Good afternoon. Everybody ready? Everybody smiling? Breathe. It's all good. So welcome everyone. Welcome family members, faculty, staff, honored guests, and graduands. It really, truly is a joy for me to stand here today. We're here to celebrate your accomplishments, as the Chancellor said, and also your growth and your future. Convocation is always a time of pride and promise, but this year, here at Brock, it carries a special meaning because you are the graduating class during our 60th anniversary. The 60th anniversary is a milestone because it allows us to not just look forward, but reflect on everything we've done. And when I think about the forward thinking, that's you. You're our future. Brock's story began in 1964 with a bold vision to create a university that's rooted in academic excellence and deeply connected to its community. 60 years later, that vision continues to define us as we transform people and we reimagine the future. And now, you're a part of that legacy. As we celebrate your academic achievements, we also acknowledge the important role that your families, friends, and mentors have played in supporting you along the way. And they're all out there looking proud. I can see them, you can't. They look awesome. To all of our guests, I extend my warmest thanks, not just for being here, but for your support and dedication to our students throughout their journey. Our strength is not only measured for our students by what happens in the classroom, but how we engage and how they go forward and engage with the world around us. How we prepare our students to lead, to adapt, to contribute to a changing society. And make no mistake, the world is changing. Rapid technological innovation, global uncertainty, and shifting labor markets are challenging the ways we think about education, work, and our communities. In this environment, Ontario's economic resiliency depends, in no small part, on its universities. Universities like Brock play a critical role in the development of talent. I hope you all feel like talent, because that's what you are. You are talented. It depends on our research, on our innovation. We are what keep this province competitive and adaptable. We're not just educating individuals. We are fueling industries, strengthening communities, and preparing the leaders of tomorrow. And we do it in ways that are practical and profound. At Brock, we believe that learning happens when it's lived. That's why we continue to expand our commitment to the experiential education, because we want to offer you, our students, and the students that will come, real-world opportunities that connect theory with practice. I don't know how many of you here had an experiential learning opportunity, but for me, it was what changed the course of my entire career. Getting your hands wet, getting your feet dirty, having fun out there. In fact, more than 85% of students participate in some form of experiential learning during their time at Brock. They graduate, that's you, not just with degrees, but with resumes, with networks, the confidence that comes with having already made a difference in your community. Whether it's business students developing marketing plans for local communities and companies, health science students supporting wellness initiatives, or environmental students conducting fieldwork in the Niagara region. Brock students are learning by doing, and the process is important because it helps drives progress in Ontario and beyond. Today's graduates, talking to the family out there and the friends and the supporters, today's graduates are proof of that impact. And so students, as you step into the next chapter, I want you to remember, your Brock education is not just a foundation. Think of it as a launching pad, because wherever you go next, you carry the tools to make a difference for yourself and for others. So as we look to the next 60 years, Brock will continue to evolve. We'll continue to innovate in our programs, deepen our community partnerships, and invest in the kind of education that meets the moment and prepares for the future. But today is not about what's next for this institution. It's about what's next for you. You are now part of a global community of 120,000 Brock graduates. You've got friends everywhere in the world, 120,000 of them. So stay in touch with us, share your journey with us, and remember that the values that you cultivated that were so nicely articulated by the Chancellor are ones that were cultivated here, and they will carry you through. So on behalf of the entire Brock community, I offer my warmest congratulations, and I want you to know we are so proud of you, and we believe in you. We believe in the power of education, its ability to transform lives, open minds, and shape a better future. And we believe deeply in the immense value of a university education, not just as a credential, but as a foundation for critical thinking and informed citizenship. We can't wait to see what you do and how you reimagine the future for our world. We're depending on you. So congratulations. Well-deserved, hard work to get here, but you did it. And so once again, congratulations to the class of 2025.
It is my pleasure to call upon Dr. Arya Vanyomatila, Provost and Vice President Academic, Brock University, to deliver her remarks.
Chancellor Pearson, President Rigg, esteemed faculty, families and friends, and of course, most importantly, graduates. Congratulations. What a time to be graduating from Brock University. This year marks the 60 years since Brock first opened its doors, and in that time it has grown into a thriving institution known for academic and research excellence, a vibrant and inclusive community, and transformative learning experiences that give students the tools they need for success. And indeed, of course, today it is your success that we are here celebrating. You have shown great courage, determination, resilience, and growth throughout your academic careers, and are well prepared for the adventures that lay before you. While Brock is relatively young compared to some other universities, today's Convocation draws on centuries-old traditions. I'd like to take a moment to share a few of these with you. Convocation is steeped in symbolism and ceremony. It's customary on this day for scholars to wear their official attire known as regalia. These garments carry deep meaning, though some originated from humble practical needs. The black robes, for example, date back to the 12th century and were originally worn simply to keep scholars warm. One of the most meaningful aspects of the regalia is the headgear. Historically, the Phrygian cap symbolized the freedom of a former slave, evolving over time into a symbol for intellectual liberty. Today's academic hats, in all their shapes and colors, connect us to the idea of freedom of thought, the foundation of academic life. The gowns may remind you of monastic robes, and that's no coincidence. Early universities like Oxford and Cambridge modeled theirs after religious attire. The hood, with its unique colors, represents your field of study and symbolizes your official entry into the scholarly community. Wearing it is a moment of profound significance. Graduates, faculty, and others may also choose to wear traditional cultural attire at Convocation with or without a gown. These expressions of heritage reflect the rich diversity of our campus community and remind us that knowledge is rooted in identity and in place. The distinctive robes, hoods worn by faculty members also tell stories of the universities where they studied, the degrees they earned, and the knowledge they bring to Brock. In the same way, Brock's colors speak to the spirit and history of this institution and the region it proudly calls home. So, among all of this splendor, you may then rightly wonder why my own outfit seems a bit like a cross between a magician and a witch. So I will just assure you that this is just another traditional regalia from another part of the world. I got my PhD in Finland. The hat has its roots in the same tradition as every other hat here, but I do get to wear this insanely cool sword that they are all very jealous of. It is symbolizing, of course, the sword of wisdom, a powerful symbol of the pursuit of truth. At Brock, we are fortunate to be home to world-class educators, faculty members who are deeply accomplished and passionate about helping students grow, think critically, and contribute meaningfully to society. And I'd like to take a moment to recognize and thank them. Now, as you sit here in your gowns and hoods, you are still graduands. Students who have fulfilled the requirements but have not yet received your degrees. But in just a few moments, as you walk across this stage, that title will change. With each step, you cross the threshold from graduand to graduate, marking the official beginning of your next chapter. As you leave here today, remember that the world doesn't just need more graduates, it needs curious minds, bold thinkers, and compassionate leaders. The journeys ahead of you are yet unwritten, and the possibilities are endless. Congratulations to each and every one of you. We are so very proud. Use the knowledge and perspective you've gained during your time at Brock to lead, to inspire, and to make meaningful change. And wherever your journey takes you, remember this: Brock is your home, and we'll always be proud to welcome you back. Thank you, and once again, congratulations.
Madam Chancellor, Theodore John Ted Nolan is a proud member of the Northern Ontario Garden River First Nation, located near Sault Ste. Marie, Ontario, where he was raised along with his 11 siblings. He is best known for his time in the NHL, where he played 3 seasons with the Detroit Red Wings, Pittsburgh Penguins, and also coached the Buffalo Sabres and New York Islanders, becoming only the second First Nations head coach in the NHL. During his time coaching the Sabres, Nolan was honored with the Jack Adams Award, naming him the NHL's 1996-97 Coach of the Year. He began his head coaching career with Sault Ste. Marie Greyhounds, the OHL, and also coached the Latvian national team in the 2014 Sochi Olympics, as well as the Polish national team in 2017. Beyond his successes as a player and coach, Nolan is co-founder and president of the Three Nolans, an organization providing hockey skills development training for Indigenous youth and First Nations communities across Canada. He also founded the Ted Nolan Foundation, which has raised millions of dollars for educational scholarships benefiting Indigenous women across Canada. Nolan was chosen as a role model in the National Native Alcohol and Drug Abuse Program in 1986. Nolan was also chosen for the Kiwanis Citizen of the Year Award in 1991 and the National Aboriginal Achievement Award in 1994. He continues to be an active member of the Indigenous community. An accomplished author, Nolan now dedicates his time to sharing his story with audiences nationwide through speaking engagements and his book, Life in Two Worlds, Coach's Journey from the Reserve to the NHL and Back. Nolan has been open about the racism he faced growing up and throughout his career and has worked to drive ongoing efforts towards truth and reconciliation in Canada. In 2022, he was diagnosed with multiple myeloma, a type of blood cancer, and has also detailed how his life in sports has helped him on his road to remission. I have the honor to present Ted Nolan to receive at your hands the degree Doctor of Laws honoris causa.
Ted Nolan, I admit you to the degree of Doctor of Laws, honoris causa, and I assign you all the rights, privileges, and insignia appertaining thereto. Congratulations.
Madam Chancellor, I take pleasure in calling Dr. Nolan to deliver the convocation address.
Big Wedge, thank you very much. I guess I get my wife to call me doctor now. I just really want to thank the university for this great honor, and to be standing here today and with yourselves and thinking back how when I was your age, thinking about how what the world had to present and how much work you had to do, and to sit back here today and listen to all the people speak about the commitment and the work and the effort and the time and the energy that you put into your last 4 years here at Brock is outstanding. It really is. I never really had a chance to go to university. Schooling was a lot different growing up in our First Nation communities in Northern Ontario. We had a thing called the residential schools that really didn't put education in the right way for us. So eventually I stopped going when I was in grade 10, but I went back in grade 11 to finish off. But growing up in the Garden River First Nation, growing up in Northern Ontario, and to speak here to a lot of bright minds who are going on to the working field, it was a great honor to grow up on a reserve. We didn't have a whole lot. I grew up in a house that lacked electricity for a while, didn't have indoor plumbing, and going to the bathroom, especially number 2, in the middle of winter time when it's about 35 below, it gets pretty chilly. And waking up some mornings when the wood stove went out, and waking up a lot of mornings with not too much food to eat. It was very very trying time. But the one thing I really enjoyed when I was growing up was hockey. I really enjoyed it, and we had a rink across the street from my house, and I used to go over there, but the adults seemed to take the ice all the time. They were bigger, and they took up so much room. They didn't have enough room for us little kids. And I like to share this story everywhere I go because it's a metaphor of life. When I was about 8 years old, 9 years old, I decided to make my own rink in my backyard. And we didn't have indoor plumbing where I turn on a water hose. I filled a pail of water about this big. And I'd walk around the corner of my house. Time I got to the back, it was probably maybe a quarter full because it spilled all the way back. And I made a rink like that. And it must have took me 1,000 pails of water to make that rink. And that's where I learned how to play. My first pair of skates I ever owned were size maybe 6, maybe 7, and my feet were only size 3. And I put rubber boots on to make them fit properly. And I still remember my father telling me that you don't have to have the best in order to be your best. The only thing you have to do is give your best. So I worked at it, and all of a sudden, a few years later, a team saw me play, asked me to go to Kenora, Ontario, which is about 18 hours away from my house. And I went, I swear to God, I was going to Disney World. I was so excited about going and playing with kids my own age and meeting different kids. But when I got there, the reality of life kind of slapped you inside the head a little bit and woke you up. Because I was the only Indigenous player on the team. And I was the only guy that looked a little bit different from everybody else. And that's when the bullies came out, the big boys. And I never fought in hockey in my life until I went there. And it was kind of like fight to survive. And I went to school, and the same thing happened at school. So 2 things couldn't go on at the same time, so I stopped going to school. And I played hockey. And I still remember my brother coming to watch me play in Kenora. I thought to watch me play, but they came there to bring me home because they understood how hard of a time I was going through. And my father just passed away that year. And I still remember telling my brother back then was, if I quit now, the next tough situation in my life, I'll probably quit that too. And I think we're all creatures of habit. And I just didn't want to create the habit of quitting. So I persevered. I fought through. I didn't even know what the word meant, persevere, back in the day. And I stuck it out. And next year, I played with the Sioux Greyhounds of the Ontario Hockey League. The following year, I got drafted in the National Hockey League. I played with the Detroit Red Wings. I played against the Montreal Canadiens, the Toronto Maple Leafs, Madison Square Garden. And I think back, and was just a few years older than you, that if I would have quit then, that would never have happened. So I played, and then all of a sudden one day I was injured, and I couldn't play anymore. I was 26 years of age. I had no really formal education, except for maybe I did go back to school and I got my grade 12. So when I retired from hockey, I enrolled back in university. I went back to Lake Superior State University in Sault Ste. Marie, Michigan, where I thought I was going to be this big businessman. Then all of a sudden, hockey popped back in my life again. And I started coaching the Sioux Greyhounds. And before you knew it, we won the league championship for 3 years in a row in the Ontario Hockey League. Then I got an NHL coach, coached with the Hartford Whalers. Then I coached the Buffalo Sabres. And then all of a sudden, I win NHL Coach of the Year, supposed to be the best coach in the league. And in the following year, it was kind of like somebody walked in a room and turned the lights off. I was relieved of my duties. They didn't want me to come back again. They started making up all kinds of excuses and reasons why I couldn't coach and go on. They said I was drinking all the time, which is a typical response to our people back then. They said I was lazy. Then all of a sudden, anybody in hockey didn't want to hire me. So I was devastated. I was really shocked. You know, sometimes life throws you curveballs, and how you handle it and how you fight through it is probably the most important thing, because life is not going to be, everything's going to be glossy and smooth and all the great times that you had here in Brock. Sometimes you're going to meet some people that are just not very, very nice. So I went into a very dark place. I was very upset. I was depressed. I had to do some counseling. I felt really, really bad for me for about 10 years. It went on, and I felt sorry for me. But through the love of my family, my wife of 45 years, my 2 boys, and I went and seen some counseling and some doctors, and that's why it's so great for me to be here today and sit down in front of all this bright minds that are going to change the world. Because if I didn't see the doctors, and I certainly wouldn't be here. And they taught to me, and then I came up with the idea. I thought it was my idea. I wanted to raise some money for First Nation women across the country. And so we started the Ted Nolan Foundation golf tournament. I thought I invented the idea of a golf tournament. Anyways, it went on. We did it for about 10 years. And I'm very proud to say we raised close to $2 to $3 million for First Nation women across the country. Because my because we all suffer tragedies in life, and my mother was tragically killed in a drunk driving accident when I was only 21 years of age, and losing my father when I was only 14. It was a very trying time, and all of a sudden you go into hockey, then they don't want you there anymore. So it was a very, very dark period of time, and I'm sitting down one day, and then I got a call, and I think it's people like you that can make a difference in somebody else's life, just by reaching out, calling someone. I got a call from this gentleman up in New Brunswick. His name was Robert Irving. I knew who he was, in Irving Oil and tissue, Cavendish Fries. He owns probably the Maritimes. So anyway, he called me and asked if I'd be interested in coaching his junior team with the Moncton Wildcats. And this is 10 years after the fact. And I had no interest in coaching ever again. And I met with him in Toronto, and he convinced me to coach. And it's probably the best year of my life coaching. Had a chance to coach young Brad Marchand, who's right now beating up on our Edmonton Oilers with the Florida Panthers. But had a chance to coach him. Then all of a sudden I get a call from the New York Islanders, a coach back in the National Hockey League, and I get a call to coach Team Latvia, and I had a chance to go to 2014 Sochi Olympics. So the point of that story is sometimes you don't know how life is going to work out. But the best thing you could do is have the faith that if you work, if you do the right things, more so than not, things have a tendency to work out. It's not going to be clear sailing all the way through life. That just doesn't happen. But if you stay true to yourself and you work, and I'll have to leave you with four, because when I was growing up your age, growing up on a First Nation community and not having access to a whole lot, I always wondered, how did people become doctors and how did people become positions in life? And they asked how. Don't tell me you did it. Tell me how you did it. And then the more people I talked to, so I came up with my four principles of life that I call them my saviors, because I started putting them in place. And one is work. No matter how much talent you have to work. And there's no substitute for hard work. My father always told me when I was growing up, because we didn't have the best, he said, you don't need the best in order to be your best. You work with what you have. So I learned to win with what I had. And, perseverance. Number two, perseverance. There's going to be some times in life where you just had enough. You don't want to go through, but you just got to persevere through those moments. When I was in Kenora, Ontario, I swear to God, I cried myself to sleep for almost 2 months. And I didn't like, and that was the year hockey became, I left loving the game, and I came back trying to survive in the game. It was just overnight. So perseverance, hang in there. You never know how life works. And what we're doing at this great institute here today is knowledge. It doesn't matter how hard you work. It's just you got to work smart sometimes and gain knowledge. Because I never believed in my life that people can't do certain things in life. They might not know how. That doesn't mean they can't. You just got to learn how to. And then once you go through, and my favorite of all time is the power of belief. Because if you don't believe in yourself, nobody else is going to believe. And I'll leave you with this one story. I know it's been a long day, but I believe in belief so much that because if this little skinny kid from Garden River, Ontario, grew up and we didn't have too much food, and I played recreation hockey my whole life. Anybody who knows sports, you can't play rec hockey and all of a sudden play with the Ontario Hockey League. It just doesn't happen, especially nowadays, unless you really believed you could. So I'll leave you with this last story. I was coaching the Buffalo Sabres in the National Hockey League, and we had players from Czechoslovakia, from Finland, from the United States, from Canada, from all over the place. And one player skated up to me one morning and he said, "Hey, Ted, are you an Indian? Like one of those boo 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 boo, like real Indians?" I said, "Yeah, I'm one of those." He said, "Well, I seen a movie last night. It was called Dances with Wolves." He said, "You ever see it, Coach?" I said, "Yeah, I saw it." And he said, "Well, they had a medicine man on talking to the people, and medicine men are supposed to be very powerful in your culture." I said, "Yes, they are." He said, "Well, we're playing the Ottawa Senators next week in the playoffs, and they have a Buddha in their room." He said, "You think a medicine man is more powerful than a Buddha?" I said, I really don't know." He said, "Well, maybe if you can get the medicine man down to speak to our team, it'll give us power." And anybody in this room who has athletics or athletes in their family know how superstitious athletes are. You know, whether they were in stinky socks the day before, they're going to wear those same stinky socks because they give them good luck. So anyways, I brought the medicine man in from back home. I said, Jake, the boys want you to do ceremony. So Jake came into Detroit Red Wing, where I started playing hockey. And he did the ceremony. He did a smudging ceremony in our room, and he did it all in the Ojibwe language. You could hear a pin drop. I mean, when you're talking with the National Hockey League, you're talking about the best of the best hotels, the best nutrition, the psychologists, the motivationalists, the therapists, everything money could buy, you got it. The best airplanes, best hotels. And here I was in Detroit, and a medicine man was speaking to our team, and you could hear a pin drop. And it was right at the end after it was all over, one of the players walked up to the medicine man, said, hey, medicine man, I haven't scored a goal in about a month and a half. Do you have anything in that bag of tricks you could sprinkle on my stick? Give me some good luck? So Jake pulls out a little tobacco and sprinkles his stick. And lo and behold, that player scored a goal that night. We lost the game, but he scored a goal. And you got to remember, they're making $2 million, $10 million a year. They're the best athletes in the world. So we go back to Buffalo. Then next day we play again. There's a knock on my door. It was the same player, but he had a couple of buddies with him this time. He said, hey, coach, you have any of that medicine? So I sprinkled some more sticks, and we went out. And just like professors, just like owners and parents, there's times that life presents an opportunity for you to really teach. And so I kicked everybody out of the room, and I brought them all down to the dressing room, and I put all their sticks in the middle of the room. And I don't speak the language fluently. I was just learning, and I was taking a lesson. And the lesson plan that week was Bindigan, come in, Namdabin, sit down. Nibishabo na gawimekin. You want a tea, drink a tea. And Wikwan, hat. And Shum the mush, feed the dog. That was my lesson plan. So Jake did all the ceremony in Ojibwe language, and I wanted to do the same thing. So I threw everybody's sticks in the middle of the room, and I walked around the sticks, and I sprinkled tobacco on them. And you could hear a pin drop. The players were looking at me, and towards the end, I noticed they liked the word shum the mush. And I said it about 3 or 4 times. They didn't know what I was saying. So I threw it on, put all the tobacco on the sticks. We flew out. We played the Philadelphia Flyers that night. I swear to God, I think we beat them about 6-1, 7-2. It wasn't even close. I mean, the players believed that they could. And we won, I think, 16 of our next 17 games. I won Coach of the Year in the National Hockey League. And people always ask me, what's your philosophy? I'm not too sure what my philosophy is, but I think by treating the people that you're working with, that you're associated with honor and respect and not judging. And I think that means a whole lot to some people who are from a different background, who are trying to fit in and being more welcome. So I think as you go on into your careers and as you move on, remember, help the next person coming up, because you never know how much help they could need, and what you could do for them by a simple hello and how are you doing. So it's an honor for me to be here today, and it's an honor for me to sit down and watch so many bright faces looking in the room, and it's a special day for you. And you look at all of the past 4 years or 3 years or 6 years, whatever it took you to get to this point. Congratulations. It means a lot. So it's an honor for me to be here.
Thank you for those words. I think we'll all believe a little more now. Okay, you guys ready? So, this is where you have to say something. So when I ask you to say something, I want you to say it loudly and proudly. Will the candidates, just a second, aren't they supposed to stand up? Yeah, I think you're supposed to stand up. Okay, everybody up. Okay. So you are the candidates for the various degrees and certificates that we are now about to give you as you walk across the stage. So, with the degrees and certificates about to be conferred upon you, there comes a certain expectation that you will continue sincerely in the pursuit of learning and truth, and that in as far as in you lies, you will promote the interests and welfare of your university. Do you acknowledge this expectation? Okay, we're gonna just do it one more time because I didn't hear that side of the room. Okay, do you acknowledge this expectation? Okay, now you're awake. Madam Chancellor, as the candidates have acknowledged loudly and proudly the responsibilities that accompany their degree and certificates, and as they have successfully completed the degree of study and the courses of study prescribed by Senate, I would ask that you admit them to their several degrees and certificates.
I admit you to your several degrees and certificates. Congratulations, class of 2025. Please sit down.
Madam Chancellor, I have the honor to present these candidates to receive a Master of Arts.
Faustina Ashorn. Madia Golami. Jillian Sidney Goloski. Kiana Coendel. Chandler Michael McFall. Michaela Petrie.
Madam Chancellor, I have the honor to present these candidates to receive a Master of Public Health.
Nicole Lee Helsberg. Mohammed Ibrahim. Wana Saki.
Madam Chancellor, I have the honor to present these candidates to receive a Bachelor of Arts 3-year.
Julia Chiakia, Megan Dale, Taylor Lynn Henneberger, Brian Elikim Kweku Hensabada, Lam Phuong Ha Nyun,
Madam Chancellor, I have the honor to present these candidates to receive a Bachelor of Child Health honors.
Ananya Agnihotri, Sandy Asaf, Logan Barron, Kajal Brar, Jennifer Corbett, Michaela Dunham, Allison Earl, Madeline Fraze, Laura Gonzalez Zapata, Isabella Jude Greco, Daniela Yatomasi, Olivia Elizabeth Kasicki, Tamilolua Kahinde Ojo, Claudia Ostrowski, Janessa Lily Mae Percy, Malak Shath, Diana Stoika, Vera Vacha, Jessica Faith Marie Volkart,
Madam Chancellor, I have the honor to present these candidates to receive a Bachelor of Applied Health 3-year.
Olivia Cecilia Farrell, Evan Lucas Fortino, Allegra Peterson, Fiona Seabrook, Sandy Solomon,
Madam Chancellor, I have the honor to present these candidates to receive a Bachelor of Public Health honors.
Olivia Abrunzo, Sarah Alzidawi, Bibi Razia Amiri, Alisa Arlada, Heather Patricia Hope Brown, Shannon Patricia Hope Brown, Danica Mae Dalglish, Grace D'Angelo. Priyanka Dar. Isabella Marie DeJoya. Jana Josephine Erica Dumbia. Anna Dringowitz. Akshat Gandhi. Casey Garland.
You can just disregard the middle name. Okay.
Sophia Gatzos. Avery Michelle Greenwood. Thomas William Hanley. Kira Macris. Anne-Marie Sean McNutt. Lena Nashit. Favor Dilichukwu Naji. Vera Odajiri. Abigail Grace Organ. Jaimik Parishbai Patel. Kushi Brajeshbai Patel. Salomi Salim Khan Pathan. Anmol Ragani. Maria Paz Sanchez. Jasmine Sandhu. Harleen Carr. Namood Seher. Vansh Shah. Maitri Vijaysin Solanki. Christina Soloshenko. Lauren Olivia Volkner. Lindsay Taylor Voss.
Madam Chancellor, I have the honor to present these candidates to receive a Bachelor of Science honors or a Bachelor of Science 3-year.
Manur Beg. Hamdan Al-Sanad. Mohid Abdul Majid. Joyce Temitope Otibo Abumeri. Elmide Mofetolua Adenuga. Mohammed Ahmed. Miriam Beza Ake. Jomana Altanawi. Harima Ali. Ahmed Al-Zadawi. Vansh Mina Maesh. Emma Mae Baker. Andrew Marshall Barber. Emma Christine Bates. Matilda Maria Bosma. Lindsay Nicole Bott. Shanice Burnett. Ryan Cameron. Euban Esther Choi. Adam David Content. Alexander DeAngelis. Justin Dietrich. Julia Jolinda Mae Dixon. Shayla Drabant. Sonia Dill. Mohammed Ezeldin Abdallah. Salah Eldin Al-Ghali. Aya Tarek Al-Grami. Anissa Emmanuel. Zainab Ahmed Fadlala. Brooke Mary Felatar. Sanjana Fernando. Anne-Marie Amenafadan. Mackenzie Alexandra Furry. Jacob Gaddick. Dawood Gill. Rupan Gill. James Gowland. Darcy Lee Green. Lily Marie Hagan. Fadi Albert Hanna. Jillian Hartlieb. Tanakan Saranyawat Hartley. Carlissa Howard. Christina Howarth. Aluwasei Aldora Ishola. Kessia Jojen. Harkirat Kanth. Nuran Kandil. Harleen Carr. Aaron Kizel. Melissa Lopez Faria. Mariam Majid. Prableen Kaur Mali. Shahad Elsar Mohammed. Ali Najem. Alexandra Nand. Maxwell Joseph Naso. Nimesh Nepal. Ann Ewan. Olamide Ogunsola. Caitlin Ojo. Iano Manuel Aluga. Tochi Oma. Daniel Tololupe Oyadiran. Emma Palumbo. Pasquale Paola. Jenna Michaela Pasquale. Mariah Peterkin Fisher. Lucas John Peter. Abigail Phillips. Rebecca Pieris. Morgan Porter. Tiana Rolfe. Ashley Roseborough. Lexi Amanda Rowe. Maya Rowe. Tia Saba. Emerson Meredith Secord. Alyssa Jai Segi. Raina Shaw. Lena Sheikh. Fatima Sohail. Okay. Hannah Spence. Chantal Marie Talbot. Sriti Tavares. Mackenzie Annie Tomins. Madeline Unra. John Christian Vega. Josipa Vidachkovic. Leah Walker. Ashley Susan Watson. Milena Nicole Wong. Arailim Zilishbaeva. Hazem Elzian. Andrew James Guitard. Mostafa Magsusi. Okay. Juliana Tendero. Lori Samantha Olleras Valdez.
Madam Chancellor, I have the honor to present these candidates to receive a Bachelor of Sport Management Honors or a Bachelor of Sport Management with Major.
Ethan Zainal Abedin. Connor Braden Adams. Emma Astra. Aiden Mason Robert Emmett. Caleb Anderson.
Antonitis.
Josh Antonitis. Adam Basic. Jacob Beckenstein. Blake Bell with first class standing. Brody Xavier Belfoy. Carl Franklin George Bruckelman. Chantal Teresa Lorraine Brio with first class standing. Harrison Brooks. Evan Thomas Brown with first class standing. Eric Julian Solorio. Rayan Hussein Chagani. Madison Chimenti with first class standing. Kyla Chelmick. Ethan McCrae Clement. Nicholas Patrick Anthony Colalillo. Christian Ross Camella with first class standing. Sebastian Anthony Camiso with first class standing. Jacob Brian Condi with first class standing. Lucas Morgado Costa with first class standing. Owen John Cranley with first class standing. Alyssa Michelle Cross with first class standing. Evan William Kernew with first class standing. Bryce DeRoche. Olivier Alexandre DeRoche. Alexander George DeCepolo with first class standing. Anders Dorney with first class standing. Austin Paul DeMoulin. Curtis John Paul Dupuis Sutton with first class standing. Zachary Stephen Ernst with first class standing. Marcus Sebastian Ferrara. Stefano Caligero Fragomini. Ryan Michael Gillies with first class standing. Cameron William Pero Gillis. Christopher Gomez. Connor Bradley Graham with first class standing. Joshua James Ray Grant with first class standing. Samuel James Haggerty. Ethan Dennis Carlo Harella. Alexander Ronald Havinga with first class standing. Cameron Kenneth Alexander Healy. Braden James Heddleston with first class standing. Dylan Ronald Hilton. Omar Rad Omar Hemo. Jacob Andrew Hodges. Parker David Hodgson. Parker Thomas Edward Holmes. Emma Sandra Hanako Hori. Connor Hoff with first class standing. Wesley David Howie with first class standing. Alexander Nicholas Hutzel. Ethan Andrew Dorschner Hunder with first class standing. Nathan Hutchinson. Joshua Yakabelli. Caston Roger Keith Johnson with first class standing. Mitchell Gordon James Kane with first class standing. Owen Scott Kane. Caleb Karmali. Noah Kauth. Jordan Bailey Kellum. Jake Kelly. Jack Peter McNabb Keeley. Harrison John Kolesnik. Nicholas Dominic Lafontaine with first class standing. Christian Joseph Laracy. Sasha Paul Liardon LaRose with first class standing. William Alexander LePage. Kira LeBreton. Christopher Thomas Lee. Jonah Lee with first class standing. Allison Adela Lendvay. Maria Jose Leon Delgado with first class standing. Joshua Levesque. Benjamin James Lockey. Serena Grace Lombardi with first class standing. James Patrick Lusher. Caleb Aiken Manning. Lucas Alexander Morano. Jeremy Maxwell Margles. Stefan Markovic. Tyler James May. Jennifer Ann McCorriston. Connor Jake Garnett McFarland. Daniel Patrick McKeever. Harrison James Aurelius McNabb. Quinn Mitchell Rogers McRobbie. Lucas Aiden Mester. Nathan Andreas Mielka. Noah George Mitchell. Jacob Hudson Murphy. Trey Murray with first class standing. Ruby Grace Newman with first class standing. Eric Nixdorf. Evan Lloyd Nixon with first class standing. Logan Seth Olson. Keegan Royal O'Toole. Kyle Lewis Pacheco. Ethan Atticus Page. Jack Robert Perry. Connor Douglas Pennock with first class standing. Alexander Lewis Penz. Elizabeth Jane Porteous. Stacy Afri Corti. Lily Sarah Elisa Raflab with first class standing. Zachary Rosina with first class standing. Quentin Evan Reed. Michael Paul Resendez with first class standing. Nolan Jacques Ritchie with first class standing. Nicholas Anthony Roberto with first class standing. Nathan William Robertson. Grant Tobias Roddy with first class standing. Sujay Sunyo Sahi. Ethan Brady Schrader. Connor Michael Schumann. Aaron Sermakazian with first class standing. Ashley Smith. Jacob Stephen Wilcox Snow. Trevor Gower Snyder. Matthew David Vyacheslav Somerville with first class standing. Matthew David Steen with first class standing. Brandon Roger Steen with first class standing. Lucas Stish. Jesse Sugar with first class standing. Jack Richard Barry Sutherland. Ronan Diego Tallarico. Nicholas Ian Tatler with first class standing. Faith Thomas with first class standing. Kylie Jean Antonia Thompson with first class standing. Kendra Titus. Connor Joseph Turo with first class standing. Amendra Lakshan Udawawa. Zachary Jack Van Netten with first class standing. Laura Vandekite. Grady Kevin Kyle Vandersloot. Elise Vestergaard. Ava Victoria Violin with first class standing. Joseph Lloyd Vergovic. Brock Allen Wedsworth with first class standing. Owen Wilkie. Jared Michael Wantora. Yufeng Jia. Dawan Yang. Davis Murray Young. Julie Ann Zernis. Jordan Beerfear. Matthew William Burns. Dominic Elliott Folks. Cullen John Graham. Aiden James Hughes. Charles Gordon Lucifora. Christian Anthony Moore. Christopher Julian Morfitis. Dallas Jordan Nadasti. Luke Christopher Pettypiece. Max Stewart Riddell. Jayshawn Patricio Santulin. Benjamin Semkew. Kieran Alexander Smith. John William Troke, Cole Richard Timken, Thomas Dolan Byzantine.
Madam Chancellor, where certain candidates who have successfully completed the course of studies prescribed by Senate are absent from this convocation for just cause, I request that you confer upon them their degrees and certificates in absentia.
I admit them to their various degrees and certificates in absentia.
The Senate of Brock University has recommended the awarding of a Dean's Medal to the graduates in each faculty with the highest standing in first honors degree and the highest standing in the first pass degree. I take pleasure in inviting Andrew Guittard to accept this award.
Good afternoon, Madams Chancellor, President, and Provost, members of the Platform Party, and of course our graduates, their families and friends. As a fellow Badger, an alumni of the Psychology program in 2022, and as of tomorrow, the Masters in Child and Youth Studies, class of 2025, I'm absolutely delighted to be here today to help celebrate your hard work and congratulate you on this monumental achievement. I'm also honored to be among the first to officially welcome you into the Brock University alumni community. Today, you've joined the community of more than 120,000 Brock alumni, all of whom have a deep connection to this special place. They come from all parts of the Niagara region, Ontario, Canada, and around the world. Brock graduates teach our children in schools, they care for us in hospitals and clinics, they create great art, perform on our stages and on our screens. They lead our businesses and serve in our governments. They're nurses and doctors, scientists, accountants, lawyers, poets, union leaders, and social justice activists. They recognize the collective responsibility we all have as Brock grads to make a positive mark on the world in our own unique ways. As you start this new chapter in your lives, I hope you see yourselves as ambassadors of your university. I hope you'll share your Brock experience with others, and of course, be sure to share your journey with us. We want to know what you've been up to, so please stay in touch. Share your email with us, follow us on social media, attend events, or drop by Alumni Relations Office whenever you're on campus to say hello. We're honored to welcome you today and every day hereafter. In the meantime, I invite all of you to join us after today's ceremony in the Rankin Family Pavilion, where you can get your first taste of being part of the Brock alumni community. Before we do that, I'd like to ask each and every Brock grad in the room to stand. If you're a now alumni as a new graduate, an alumni parent or friend, alumni faculty and staff, if you're a Brock graduate, please stand up if you're able. Class of 2025, take a look around by all the alumni who are part of this broader alumni family who you're joining. Welcome and congratulations. Please be seated.
Okay, we are almost done. Today, you have participated in celebrating the graduation of our students, who are now our alumni. Each of our graduates has studied and completed the requirements for their degrees here at Brock. Their achievements have been supported by the dedication of our faculty and staff, the contribution of our alumni and donors, and the support and oversight of our trustees and our senators, and the engagement of community and institutional partners. It has been a collective effort. Your attendance here today is a testament to the critical role you have played in our students' lives as well. You have supported, you have assisted, guided, helped all of those who are graduating here today. And so to all the family and friends and supporters who are here, you have to know that their success is also your success. By being here today, all of us together have helped achieve the dreams of those who established Brock University back in 1964. That was 60 years ago. Today, we have supported and seen the vision of what it means to have a post-secondary institution like Brock in Niagara. Although today's graduation ceremony is about our students, it illustrates what we can achieve together as members of a broader university community. Our students, our graduates today, have become alumni members, and I look forward to their contributions to the vitality of not just the university's future, but of all of our futures. But as was said by the alumni representative, you need to come back. This is your home. We expect to see you again. This is where you launched, and this is where we expect you to visit. So once again, on the part of all of us here at the university, a sincere congratulations. So we're almost there. What we're going to do is conclude the ceremony with the playing and the singing of O Canada. But before we do that, I just have a few instructions. So when the national anthem is over, the platform party will all exit the way that we entered. Once we've exited, so everybody stay seated until the platform party is exited, and then students, you'll be going out to the field through the back doors, and friends and family and supporters, if you can then exit through the doors into which you came into the auditorium. We invite you to explore the campus, take photos, go to the Rankin Family Pavilion, visit the photo trail, have fun. It's a beautiful afternoon out there. Enjoy the space. It is your space. So with that, if you would all please rise for the singing and playing of our national anthem. Thank you so much to our singers and our musicians, and thank you to the singers and drummers that brought in the Eagle staff and started the ceremony. So with that, I declare this convocation dismissed. Congratulations.